I'm back live on. Okay, we are back. OBS disconnected, but then when it came back in, it said I was still at a 0 bit per second rate. So vessels inside Solstheim, or inside the black books, are basically chests, and you'll be able to read the book at the end. So for the black book, the Winds of Change, it gives me the options of Scholar's Insight, Companion's Insight, or Lover's Insight. Lover's Insight, 10% more damage and get 10% better prices from people of the opposite sex. For Companion's Insight, your attacks, shouts, and destruction spells do no damage to your followers. If you use someone that's not essential, or like slinging adept level spells, or they like to run in front of your arrows, Companion's Insight may be a useful one to you. Or Scholar's Insight, reading skill books gives you an extra skill point, so you get 2 instead of 1. I have a bunch of skill books that I haven't read yet. I do plan to find all of them off screen. So for the time being, I will take Scholar's Insight. And then once you have chosen a power, you can go back to Solstheim. If you want to change your power, all you have to do is read the book again. Once you have been through it once, it will take you to the end. You do not have to go through the entire book again. It will be added to my inventory. You can only read the black books on Solstheim. If you go back to Skyrim, you cannot read them there. Am I not connected to the YouTube chat? My message only showed up on Twitch. Someone comment on YouTube so I can see if I can read it. Actually, I'll just do that real quick. Make sure I'm connected to both chats. Okay, shut up. Here's some more soul gems in these holders.
What now?
So, now that we've finished that area, we can come up here. And this will take me out into Bloodskull Barrow, which is the exit area. We don't have a whole lot. It's not like we have a whole other dungeon worth of stuff to do. Oh, I should make sure to actually not be using Firebolt. The Reavers, like most people on Solstheim, are Dark Elves, which means it's often going to be the case that they are resistant to fire. Our Reaver Lord has powerful magic. Powerful fire magic. Seems to be a fireball. Oops. I was getting surrounded on that. Sorry, Serrano. Here, I have a battle axe. also have bone gold armor on them. Another copy of Deathbrand. They're making sure that we do not miss those books. Questions of the Muskuma Eater, History of Raven Rock, the Axeman. He wants to ask you a question. Oh, there's another one coming. I'm just gonna take all the books and figure it all out when I get back to it.
I knew find you.
Where
No.
Man, Serrano's ice is doing work on him. The people in Solstheim are my kind of people. Books everywhere. And fish barrel. Okay. That should be all the enemies on the interior section on the way out. A random pair of glass gauntlets on a dead Draugr. No, a dead one. If I'm going to use magic on Solstheim, I should also utilize enchanting to reduce the cost of the casts, and alchemy to buff the damage. So there are going to be more enemies when I walk outside.
Nordic ruins. Let's get indoors.
I cannot wait because there are enemies nearby.
Where'd you come from?
Strahd is healing, but because I have quiet cast, they have no idea that I'm here. They went inside because they don't know where the shock magic is coming from.
Still remember how to fight. I'll catch you.
Let me just take care of you real quick. Alright, this one down. So they won't keep hitting Serana.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
there's still one more guy. If nothing else, I should at least make some potions that restore my magic. Alright, we actually appear to be okay. So, Blood Skull Barrel let me out all the way up here. Let's turn to Raven Rock.
I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better than this.
And it puts me right next to his house. Inside his house, there also
Why you're
have...
leading Cretius on, I'll never understand. Be careful out there.
There is another East Empire Company strongbox in their house. I know I saw it on the list. That doesn't mean I'm going to find it immediately. Some of them are hidden pretty well. And then some of them are like right in front of my face. Ah. Make sure I'm hidden before I take all this stuff.
You're back. Please, tell me
Actually,
what you found.
talking to him might have made it not stealing. You were right all along.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rockfall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
And he gives me gold. Are there any other Imperials in Raven Rock?
Those cowards left decades ago. Every single damned one of them. The moment the ebony mine dried up, they pulled up stakes. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Why?
Well, you know it as well as I do. Raven Rock Mine wasn't empty at all. It's still rich in ebony ore. I come from 3 generations of miners, and I couldn't get anyone to believe me. Well, we showed them, didn't we?
Tell me about your family.
Our home has stood in Raven Rock since the colony was founded. Grayson helped build it with his own 2 hands. After Grayson died, he left behind a wife and a son. My grandfather, Relicus. Relicus lived there for quite a long time, working in the other sections of the mine until he was slain by reavers.
And your parents?
I never knew my father. My mother and I always lived alone. I asked her about him many times, but she seemed angry and refused to speak about him. So eventually, I let it go. When I was old enough, I began working in the mine, hoping to make my fortune and eventually move to the Imperial City.
Then it dried up?
Unfortunately, yes. I only had enough coins saved to send one of us back to the Imperial City. So I sent my mother alone. I wanted her to see her homeland before she died.
And you've been alone ever since?
Until I met my darling Aphia, yes. I suppose you could have called me a bitter old hermit. Now I'm just old. I recognize the name. It's so strange. I feel like it's from a dream. Something about the Earthstone.
Oh, those are worth of stealing.
And a shrine.
I would have loved to have gotten all the volumes of History of Raven
There
Rock.
was a time when this town meant something. Now it's all gone.
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
Did he say what it was about?
All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the Ashspawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Now that Raven Rock Mine is back open, everything here is better. So I could speak to Adriel now.
Allow me to apologize for Crucius's behavior. Don't be put off by my husband's mood. He enjoys having visitors.
Always nice to speak to someone from the mainland.
I'm actually going to go find a location before I do anything else. I'm looking for a place called Sering's Watch. I'm going to get on our back so that I can travel around a little bit faster. I imagine there will be no shortage of ash hopper and ash spawn and reavers and some other critters and enemies around here. I thought I discovered some of these places last time, but I guess not. I believe Sering's Watch is up around there somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. But it doesn't hurt to discover a few places while I'm up here. There is a shout. Now, the Hunters of Frostmoon Crag. The only thing I don't want to do is actually go to the temple in the center. Oh, I should mention the other type of enemy that's common on Solstheim, the Reeklings. They're kind of like the goblins, except they're actually blue. And they have a interesting language. So I'm going to ride around Solstheim for a while, looking for Sering's Pass is the main place I want to go. But if I see one of the Allmaker stones, like we already found the Earth Stone, but there are other ones, one over there for example. I would like to discover those as well, because once I've gotten what I'm looking for, then I want to go to those stones.
Time to die.
To me, one of the most important things a person can do is get a good night's sleep. And while people here aren't plagued by nightmares, like was the case with Dawnstar, they are not getting a good night's sleep. Several of these stones, when you come by them,
Ever near to us.
you'll find cultists.
Our eyes once were blinded. Let me hop off. I'm gonna kill the cultist real quick.
Mirak, help me. None shall stand against Mirak. I cannot.
Hands once were idle. And when the world shall listen.
I don't think I ever tried to come down here. There are bristlebacks there. They are often controlled by weaklings. But they're basically just boars. These are niches. I feel bad, but I'm actually going to kill them. There is a thing that I need several samples of what they drop. There's the Betty niche, which is the moms. There's the calf, which are of course the children, and the bull niche, which is the but there's niche jelly and there's niche leather. And yes, I do feel horrible about doing this. None of these niche would have batted an eye if I had attacked them first. They actually make noise. The kind of thing you wouldn't know if you don't play with headphones most of the time, which I don't.
What have you got?
Come on, where are you going?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Must go back and get him. Everyone dead. Everyone but me. Everyone dead. Everyone but me. Must go back and get it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Lost.
They attacked us. Those bastards at Frossel stole our treasure. Wait, forget I said that. That's my treasure. You can't have it. You picked
Oh, come on, man.
bad time to get lost, friend. I'll cut you open. Do your...
Who's there?
Her own bristleback is attacking her.
Ran off.
Alright, let's get our backpack. Now that little side track is taken care of. don't know if I can get all the way up to it, but maybe I can get close enough to technically discover it. I don't like my chances. Let's just come up here and... Plenty of reavers. For a second I thought I was gonna fall off there, but no, I'm okay.
Don't fight back, and I promise I'll keep you quick.
You know, you promising to kill me quickly doesn't really inspire a lot of good faith. So there's a dragon roost up here. I believe that is the location I'm looking for. You may or may not, if you're watching, know the significance of the name Karstag. And you don't even have to have played Skyrim to possibly know. If you played Morrowind, you may know about Karstag already. The Dragonborn DLC taking place on Solstheim, which is a mostly dark elf place, had a lot of nods included in the game for those who played Morrowind. So this is Searing's Watch, and actually, if you just stay out of the way, it's highly likely that the dragons and the Draugr will fight each other. So, I'm just gonna hope that Serana doesn't go too crazy. And just kind of let them do their thing. Try to come over here and discover this location. Help the dragon follow me. Ben Kungarik. It would appear that the dragon is far more interested in me than it is in the Draugr. There's a frost troll over here. Maybe these are the frost trolls of Frossel. We'll find out soon. Let's see what this location is right here. Rothman's Barrow. There's a guy reading outside of Rothman's Barrow who comes with me through it. So I'm going to make my way back over to Searing's Watch. Sran is probably wounded somewhere around here. Okay, that's one less. The Death Lord turns the other way before doing that shout. Taking out lots of Scourge. But I did one Dragon Run to deal with the dragon itself. Serrano's Horker. Top notch.
Still remember how to fight.
So, Saffron!
So, we have here a Serpentine Dragon.
So, Saffron!
Which are the Serpentine Dragons are unique to Solstheim. Now, if you're familiar with Dragon Souls being stolen, that cannot happen until you go to the temple. Which is why I wanted to make sure that I at least took this one out first.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
This is of course a dragon roost, and we defeated the dragon. Let's get our word as well. And the only word of the Bend Will shout you get outside of the main quest line. But you can get this one early if you want to. And use it to cleanse the Allmaker stones around the island. That is my intention. Do you find all of them? Dragon skill boosts of peerless sneaking. That would be awesome. To have dragon skill and 40% sneak. %, harder to detect while sneaking. That is. The location is way down there, so let's probably become ethereal.
I'm Z!
Alright, now let's continue going around the outskirts here. I see another of the stones that just appeared on my navigation bar. I don't necessarily need to find everywhere on Solstheim right now, but I do want to find those stones. Those workers decided to kill a stray dog. Or maybe it was a stray dog that picked the fight. Random lurker out here. This is Hackney's Shoal. There's some pirates there. Yar. Okay. Let's just get up to this. Oops. Let's go. Let's just get up to this stone. If there's a cultist here, I'll kill them, but otherwise.
And when the world remembers.
And there's another one in this direction. There's a location over there that I'll discover in due time. After I check this, after I get this stone discovered, I'll check it against the list. It's been a while since I've gone after a rabbit. I know, rabbits are fine. I've explained my rationale for killing all the rabbits that I see previously. But in case you weren't watching then, here in the combat section there's a stat for bunnies slaughtered. My contention is that if killing the bunnies is wrong, why did they make it a stat in the game? Maybe they intended to shame you with it, but I feel no shame. I want stats to be ridden up as much as possible. This is Thirsk Mead Hall, I believe that's what it's called. And that will be that'll be a whole other quest. This stone right here. And another cultist.
I shall not fall.
I bet. Okay. I'm going to do a Google search for all maker stones. Because while the game hasn't told me yet, I already know what they're called. So there's a beast stone, which I just discovered. There's the earth stone, which is right there. There's the sunstone, which I don't think I've gotten yet. It's over here somewhere. On the eastern side. Somewhere. There's a tree stone, which is inside the temple. So I can't deal with that one yet. There's also the water stone and the wind stone. The water stone is due north of Raven Rock. Right there. And the wind stone is this one. So the ones I haven't gotten, it's the sunstone that I have not yet. if I look at the map and refer to the locations that I already have, I could go like, if I start here and go southeast, that's the closest I can be to it. In fact, I can see it from here. Or at least I can see its map location from here. This is Ashfallow Citadel, which will I'll be coming here eventually. And here is the last of the stones. We have here
That they have
some
forgotten.
reavers.
That we might remember. By night we reclaim.
Let me just confirm that I'm still doing this right. Confirm that I have them all. The beast stone was there. The earth stone is here. The sunstone is the one I'm currently standing next to. The tree stone is inside the temple. The water stone is over here. The wind stone is over here. Okay. So, to cleanse these stones and free people from their trap, you need to use the bend wheel. You'll need the first word for this.
What by day was stolen.
When you do that, the structure will crumble
Where'd you come from?
and some sort of worker will show up.
That's it.
These reavers are not interested in fighting me. And when you cleanse the stone, you can activate it to receive a power that you can use once, and then you have to... Sunflare, a 100-point fiery explosion centered on the caster. Does more damage to closer targets, single use, then must be reacquired at the sunstone. I will go in reverse order of what they have on the list. I will now go to the wind stone. Here we don't have reavers, we have
Far from ourselves.
skull villagers. I'm actually going to keep Detect Dead in my left hand, so I can make sure that no one dies when I do
The
these.
whole village is here. What sorcery is this?
Serana revived the rabbit.
The whole whole village is here. What sorcery is this?
This is both fascinating and terrifying.
A fever must have taken
I
me.
don't know what spell
else
you
could
freed us
explain
from
this?
outside.
This is some dark magic. I must be going mad. But then so must everyone else.
Alright, so the wind stone gives me the north wind power. Targets take 20 points of frost damage for 10 seconds. The water stone is on the west side of the island. Let's go there now. Serrano's revived rabbit just died.
Our eyes once were blinded.
Our hands.
Once
were idle.
Gold!
Where'd you come from?
Alright. The Vindicator is dead.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, there's a dragon here now. So, because I've been, because I've been clearing out the Almaker stones, dragons are investigating, finding out what's going on.
Time to end this.
Oh, that's just not enjoyable at all. This gives me Waters of Life. It heals everyone close to the caster 330 points. I don't want to go down there to fight the dragon. Come on, weaklings. So many dragon bits.
Best be shoving off now.
I have nothing that increases my carry weight. I'm already wearing the backpack. If I have extra copies of a book currently on me, I'll start by dropping those. Not really as many as I thought. Serrana?
Yes. If you think it'll help.
I need to give you some stuff. She revived another rabbit.
Think we've got to get back to our ship now.
So, these ones were sailors. Treestone, sunstone, the earth and beast stone are the ones that are still left. I should do the earthstone last since it's close to Raven Rock. So here,
And when the world shall listen.
Elmis and weaklings mostly. Oh, that's Dragon Run. Silly me. Alright. There are actually a number of quests on Solstheim that are tied behind clearing certain Guardian Stones.
Have you been by Thirsk? Have you seen there any?
Alright. Conjure Werebear added, which is exactly what it sounds like. Summons a werebear for 60 seconds wherever the caster is pointing. Yeah. Where's the werebear? And finally, Earthstone. This is where all the people from Raven Rock go every night. And why you can never find any of them.
That world will cease to be.
Go!
Here in his shrine.
The Reverend Guard have no issue assisting me with this. Oh, there's another one nearby. I always forget about the second one here. The Reverend Guard mostly use Elven arrows. But it's worth it.
I'm asking myself why Mirak was making us build these shrines. And I'm afraid the answer will be far worse than any can imagine.
And Bones of the Earth is this power. Caster ignores 80% of all physical damage for 30 seconds. So basically, the armor
What
limit.
happened?
I lost my house, my family, my life, and then I lost my mind.
If you
How
find
could it have
yourself
gotten
in the
any
ash
worse?
wastes, keep your eyes to the ground.
This is the ancient Lord jewelry guy. So it looks like at none of the stones did we manage to
If you're looking for
lose
passage
any
to
NPCs.
Vardenfell, you're out of luck. No shit.
Okay, so I cleared all those stones. Let's see what Idril Arano has for me now.
In that way anymore.
For some reason you didn't want to meet me in town. You wanted to meet me out here.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Ravenrock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed.
He's in danger of being killed? How?
The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head.
Why would the Ulans want him dead?
It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions.
Your concern seems justified.
It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day
Maybe so,
I'll
but-
awaken and discover him dead. I don't want it to come to that.
You feel an attack on the Councilor is imminent?
I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Ravenrock.
Why haven't you acted on the information?
Ravenrock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing.
How can I help?
I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me.
Where do I begin?
I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes.
What can you tell me about House Lalu?
Traitors. A lot of them. Their collaboration
There are
with the
some
Empire,
Lalus in
I
Windhelm.
have given them
Bell and
unrivaled
Lalu.
political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people.
I presume that was their downfall.
Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering.
What happened to House Lalu as a result?
They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council.
How are things now that the mines are open again?
You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. But all I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Ravenrock.
You mentioned your sources?
I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses.
Why don't you ask them to investigate?
Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival.
Why do the Dunmer hate the Empire?
During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time, just uncoordinated pockets of resistance.
How did the Dunmer survive this at all?
House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. Don't worry, you can trust Geldis. He's been with us for a long time.
Also, the last tavern-like place that I have yet to play at is also the Retching Netch.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
I work for Mokro.
You got I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
Teldrin Zero
laid
is
for
the
hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service.
hireling here.
Working on those standing stones feels like a bad dream. Glad you woke us from it. Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest sujamma that will ever grace your lips.
So what's the specialty of the house?
The finest sujamma to cross your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujamma. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it.
I could help spread the word.
I was gonna open. Here, take these samples of the Sujamma and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you.
So he gives me 10 samples of his Sujamma. And I need to find people and offer
Welcome
to
to
them.
the Retching Netch Corner. Sorry, Gildas won't allow me to drink while I'm working at the Netch. Safe travel.
If you're dealing, take that swill and pour it down a well. Until next time.
Merkel doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
Unfortunately, the people that are here right now are not people that will actually accept it.
The mine's open, people are buying drinks.
How are things?
How do you feel? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count.
It has an unusual name.
There's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of Sujamma in hand.
White Pals.
He was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised.
Doesn't sound unusual.
Ah, but you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born, and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink," and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground.
What did the Netch do?
Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick.
Now I get it.
True story, friend. True story.
I'd like to perform here.
Of course.
But right now it's middle of the day. Let's just do song 1.
Wants me to feel the pain he suffers.
At some point, you're going to have to choose. No matter the outcome, I'll always respect your decision.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner. Thank you. Here, this is for you.
I performed at all of them
I'll
now.
show you to your room. Right this way.
The mines are open and at least my father will let me drink whatever I want without complaining. Tell Gildas I appreciate it. Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's
I don't know
still
what
a
you...
dangerous
Oh,
place.
that sounds lovely. Thank you. Be careful.
Well, tell Gildas that Miri says she really appreciates it.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I've had to muster some more men to protect the mine, but I don't really have a problem with that. Second Councillor Arano is concerned that once word reaches the Reavers that the mine has reopened, they might think about paying us a visit. I say let them try. My men are ready for them. Thank you for your assistance. It's raised my men's spirits quite a bit.
There's something you need?
The mine's open.
Also,
People are
Aldro
buying
Rano
drinks,
said he
I'll
might be
make
able
it
to help
money.
me.
Well, well. Adril's got himself a spy, does he?
You want to say it a little louder?
He needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulins for years now.
Got himself a spy. Come on, man. Think he's mistaken?
No. I just think he's going about this the wrong way.
You have a better idea?
Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you.
How do I get them to do that?
There's an Ulin ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for.
Why haven't you told Adril about this?
What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulins must have been one step ahead and didn't show up.
Thanks for the tip.
You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up.
Why did Councillor Morvain execute an Ulin?
Back in 95, Vila Ulin came to Raven Rock with a plan to take over our town. But Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redarin Guard, and then murder Councillor Morvain when we weren't looking.
Wow. Vila did this alone?
He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that?
How did Vila get caught?
He underestimated the Redarin Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself.
Captain?
Vila Ulin was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulin ancestral tomb.
Why do Dunmer leave ash yams in their tombs?
When a Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal. The fact that life ends and begins anew.
Alright.
Safe travels, Outlander.
I don't know what you did in those
Your
moments.
actions here. Always a pleasure to taste anything Geldis comes up with.
You got a good thing going. Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks
I'll
for
give you this
saving me the
warning
trip.
only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll
You
do
look
just
able to-
fine.
I'll fix it up.
Oh, how kind. Thank Geldis for me, won't you?
If there's anything... What? Oh, no, thank you.
And that's the end of
Don't
it.
be put off by my
I
husband's
appreciate the help you've
mood. He
been giving.
enjoys having visitors.
With the Ashbourne threat
Be
taken
careful
care
out
of, I can give my men the rest they
It's
deserve.
busy, Ed. Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here.
I'll talk to all these people properly eventually.
If you need any supplies, you know where to find me.
As the wife to the second
Modin Veleth.
of Raven Rock,
It's
it would be
been
my
tough
pleasure to
running a
help.
But for now, I'm just trying to get this
Security
Ujama out of my
both
hands.
Raven Rock and Councillor Morvain is my primary concern.
I know that Councillor Morvain himself accepts.
I can't believe you found... Of course. In fact, Councillor Morvain has given you the full run of the place. Help yourself to whatever you like. We're all in agreement that you're entitled to as much as you can carry. He's begging for patrons again, eh? I've been made the foreman of the mine, thanks to everything you did down there. It's good to get the old nose working again. I missed sniffing out the ebony deposits and getting my hands dirty. Best of all, Aphia isn't so cross when I go down there anymore. Thank you, stranger.
Well, yeah,
Thanks
since
for
you're not
everything.
doing it alone. So this is where the Ulin ancestral tomb is.
For all I know,
This is Morvain Manor.
Traveling
where-
beyond the bulwark will be
There.
much safer as a result of your victory at Fort Frostmoth. Many thanks.
What? Ever seen a Redarin Guard before?
Your contributions have earned you citizenship here, friend. I'll always consider you one of us.
How are things now that the mines are open again?
With the mines open, Raven Rock has become a significant colony of the Dunmer people again. I've been able to convince my superiors at House Redoran to send me the resources that they've been denying, now that we're deemed more important. Soon, we'll have a steady supply of workers and materials to keep things going for years to come.
Do you rule all of Solstheim?
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
Raven Rock is the only settlement on the island?
Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skal Village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
What is House Redoran?
You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind.
Council? You mean there's no Jarl?
This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Indoril, Sadras, and Redoran.
You said Redoran leads the council.
Well, of course. With 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory.
Sounds rather complicated.
Yes. I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
Do you know someone named
Do I?
Jack?
I'm not even sure.
Oh.
Good old Geldis is always managing to keep our spirits up. And our eyesight hazy.
The second counselor is not interested in drinking the Sujama, but the counselor himself always enjoys a good drink. That smarts is stealing too. Shame. So I distributed 9. I'm trying to remember whom else I can give it to.
You may have... Get that vile liquid away from me.
Of course, the main priest would not be drinking the Sujama. I think the Severins are a safe bet. Who are you?
Because of you, there's something you need? No, I can't. It may be poison. Brazla's been nice enough to show me how to swing a pickaxe. She's an old hat when it comes to digging up ebony. I may not be an expert at it yet, but it's good to be back at work and have some coin in my pockets.
I get that.
Farewell, friend.
Let me see if there's a miner in here who wants some. I don't see anyone.
Good to know that Vermine's safe again. I heard a lot of
This
strange
mine's
things
amazing.
happen here.
Have you ever seen so much ebony in your life?
Neither of them actually had dialogue options, so I couldn't even offer them the Sujamma. There are a couple quests in Skyrim that involve you trying to get other people to have things.
Sarah? Yes, Sarah?
This is one of them.
Farewell.
The other one that immediately comes to mind when I think of quest reacts to distribute things is in Riften. You can do a quest for the Temple of Mara
Plenty of work in the mine.
to distribute stuff about well, the
With
temple.
the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve.
Severin Manor. See who's
Can
here.
I help you? You've brought Sure, got
There you
nothing
go.
better to do.
Okay. So the next time I go by the Riching Dutch, I can at least take care of that. But the main thing we want to do right now is peek into the Ulin Ancestral Tomb. We haven't really done much of the Dragonborn quest line yet, though I do need to cleanse the stones for it eventually. So the fact that I've done it is a good start. So we're just waiting for someone to show up here. I don't believe it's a particular time of day. It's based on, you know, when you get here.
Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here.
What are you doing here?
I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer.
You aren't an Ulin.
Since there aren't any Ulins left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead.
I'll let you get to it then.
Oh, no bother. We all have a right to be here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
I'm not going to accuse her of anything. I'm just going to report back to the second counselor, who is still at the Retching Dutch.
If you're looking for supplies.
I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
You've brought
I hope
Raven
Gelder's
back
proved
from the
useful.
Blue Traveler.
Have you made any progress?
I suspect Telesu Severin is the culprit.
Telesu. Are you sure?
I saw her in the Ulin tomb.
So Geldus's plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it.
So go search the house.
I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen.
What if they try to stop me?
If you have evidence, and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck.
Can you tell me more about the Severin family?
Telesu is wife to the family patriarch Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miri. They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit to Raven Rock ever since.
A benefit? How?
They're quite wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands.
Nothing unusual about them at all?
People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughing stock of the colony. Be careful. If the Severins have betrayed us, then they'll be well armed.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner. Perfect. All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself.
2,000 gold.
Come back if you're feeling thirsty. I'll set you up right.
Let me just double check the Bard's journal to make sure I did perform everywhere. There are no zeros. I performed exactly once at every inn in Skyrim and Solstheim. Okay, so I went to Severin Manor to find Telesu. I'm going to ask Surrounded to wait while I go in there and look for evidence. It is in fact locked. And you can see that they are waiting there for me. Ready to fight. Which chest is it that has evidence? No, eventually I'll have to kill him anyway.
House Lala will have...
Huh? No. It's not my time.
Actually, it is your time. Alright, I got the key to the safe.
It's not my time.
There it is. So, there's some nice stuff in here, but there's also the Ulan matter. Dear Councillor Saladin, in a matter of days I believe we'll be ready. Our forces hidden within Ashfallow Citadel have been training night and day, ready to strike when we give the signal. With Captain Velith distracted by the Ashspawn attacks, the timing seems perfect. I've waited nearly a decade to exact my revenge upon Lyra Morvain for the death of my ancestor, and I long for the moment my blade will be drawn across his throat. The next letter you will receive from me will include his head in a sack. Display it proudly in the halls of House Lalu, brother. Vendel Ulin. So Tilisu and Mary are now dead. Vendel is not here, and you will never be here. If you do not kill Tilisu and Mary here, then you will find them at Ashfellow Citadel.
You need something? Let's make some more stories.
I can't believe Raven...
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet?
I found evidence proving the Severin's guilt.
Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice.
I don't think they'll go up willingly.
Good. I'm going to send two of the best Reverend Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can.
I'll head there immediately.
See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away. Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a long time. I'm glad to see you're well. I don't like sending people off to battle.
So I've been to Ashfellow Citadel.
I'm no fan of the sun.
When I arrive here to meet up with the Brethren Guard,
Where'd you come from?
we find Morag Tong assassins, Morrowind's version of the Dark Brotherhood, and dead Brethren Guard.
You dare fight a Dunmer?
So obviously, the two Brethren Guard that were the best they have were no match for the Morag Tong. I often like to go through this place with like muffle and invisibility and not be seen at all, just to prove the superiority of the listener of the Dark Brotherhood over the Morag Tong. But I won't worry about it this time. Skeleton. I might stop after this quest, but we'll see.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Do your work.
That'll teach you.
Alright.
What was that?
Where'd you come from?
Over here.
I still remember how to fight.
It's gonna die before I can cast again.
Teamwork right there.
Yeah. Okay, now we're all over the place. Stuff in here. They were reading about Baron Zaya again. I don't have the hours. I know I've read Mortal Blood. Children of the Allmaker. That's... I just grabbed a copy of the Anticipations. These books are weighing me down. Where is the thing that I need to take care of that? There's the chain. So, one chain down and I can proceed forward.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Let me take care of this one. That's more dead, more Itong. The best kind of more Itong. That's disappointing. All this time, finally get some chat, and that's what it is. Alright, this store is closed. Traps all over the floor. And the full chain though. Takes care of one of the two there. That full chain opens it. I will grab all of these books, and then what I will do is any multiple copies I have on me, I will even this chest, or this cupboard. And any books about Baron Sire, because I know I have those. I read those on stream. Okay, we're moving forward. Getting my magic ready here again. Oh, this is what's behind me though. Watch the pressure plates. I'm actually going to take out at least one person in here.
Did you hear something? Who's there?
What was that?
Is dual wielding, but not very powerful. Oh wow, never mind. Oh, I just barely saved myself right there.
Still remember how to fight.
Oh my god, you got all of his health back. That's not fair. Well, if you're going to get all of your health back.
That's it? I join you in death.
He was dual wielding ebony daggers. Which is why he was so powerful. Daedric greatsword. Okay, the main thing was killing Vendel. So 2 Red Guard died but the traitorous Severin family and a whole host of Morai Tong assassins also died. So, you know, lose some people, but in all, we win.
Let's get indoors, or in a cave, anywhere, just out of this.
Can I help you?
You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink. Your efforts in Raven Rock have proven most. Why does that sound so familiar? I don't know.
Who's your husband?
Admiral Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title. Damn fool's going to get himself killed over it someday.
You worry much on your husband's behalf?
He's in grave danger, and yet he continues to place himself in harm's way. When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here.
Perhaps you should return to Morrowind.
I assure you, if I could convince Adril to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Adril and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings.
You haven't told them how you feel?
I'm the wife of a second counselor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Adril no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock.
Where are you from originally?
Adril and I lived in Blacklight, the capital city of Morrowind. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. Its grandeur rivals that of Mournhold itself. The root spire where the Council of Great Houses meet is something to behold.
Sounds like quite a sight.
I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity. Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Councillor Morvain. Good journey.
I know what she asked me to
Traveling
find,
beyond
but
the
don't
border
do that
will
right
be
now.
much safer as a result of your victory at
Well,
Fort
what
Frost.
happened? Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it!
He's no longer a threat.
Then, it's finally over. What of the Redoran Guard I sent to assist you?
Slain by the Morag Tong.
Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him.
I did what had to be done.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this.
My doors are open if you wish
Follow
to discuss
me,
matters
and I'll take you to the
involving
Councillor so you can speak to him yourself. Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adril, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What you've done for me, for all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude.
Thank you, Counselor.
Now, I'm certain Adril was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial.
Oh?
Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As Counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor, and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, And I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.
I can't thank you enough for
That's-
reopening the Ebony Mines.
and
You brought light to the
10,000
The
darkness.
mines are open and the ebony has begun to flow because
You've
of your
succeeded
discovery.
where I've failed. I've
My
known the
eternal
Councillor since we
gratitude
were
and
both quite
blessings go
young.
with you.
We rose the ranks in House Redoran together. When word arrived in Blacklight that the Councillor's father had passed, I was asked to sail to Raven Rock with him as his second. It meant passing on better opportunities at home, but I didn't want to leave his side.
You must owe him quite a lot.
We fought quite a few battles together and saved each other's lives on more than one occasion. Our bond is our strength. We've always been at each other's side, and nothing will ever change that. I'm
My
pleased
doors
I
are
was
open.
mistaken
I wish
about
to
you,
discuss
sir.
matters involving Raven Rock.
So,
Stand aside.
that's basically as close as we can get to being a Thane here. Earned my citizenship and he granted me property. So now Severn Manor is my house. And it is now fully stocked. You got a full forge along with smelter and everything down here. Plenty of weapon racks. On this other side, you've got a place for children to sleep. People who aren't you to sleep. If you come a little further back, you've got your alchemy tab and your arcane enchanter. Tons of weapon blocks. And back here you've got mannequins and display cases and a variety of chests and the bed. Obviously, since he said he was awarding you with Severn Manor and everything contained was hid. Nothing that remains in any of those chests is marked as stealing now. I guess those bodies are also mine.
Destroying the ash spawn has made it safer to work in the fields. Thank you.
Where did you learn your alchemy skills?
After we left Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Lami, the town's alchemist. I was fascinated by her.
Apparently Lami
And
teaches
over
a lot
period
of people.
few years, she taught me quite a bit.
If you talk to Angeline in Solitude, she says Lami can teach you. How do
It
you
wasn't
leave?
long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthal. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help.
How's your rock needed your help?
As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. There's nothing more I can teach you.
You're selling quite a few exotic ingredients.
Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond
That's
the
jelly, you say? I have some Dutch jelly right here.
My goodness, you're quite resourceful, aren't you? This is all I can offer in return for this. I hope it's enough.
So you give me
Can't thank you enough.
potions of ultimate well-being, which restore 100 to health, magicka, and stamina all at
Ebony
once.
Mines. You brought light to the darkness.
I don't know what you did in those mines, but it
With the
put a
ash
smile
spawn
on
Your
my
actions
face.
here have been a blessing to us.
What exactly is ash-grown food?
The Dunmer have been growing food in the ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our homeland. And now, with the constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever.
Is magic involved?
No. Only the Tilvani have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of patience. Next time you're hungry, stop by.
This guy doesn't sell ores who buys the East Empire
Odin
Company
Veleth,
pendants.
captain of the
The
Veteran
mines are
Guard,
open and the shop is busy again. Thank
You've
you.
succeeded where I failed
yourself safe.
by ending
One
the
more
threat.
thing
You got
before
a
I
good
leave
thing
for
going
now.
here now that you've... I've always had a steady stream of work thanks to the Veteran Guard, so it hasn't affected me much. However, I've seen the smile on people's faces, and there's hope around here once again. Something we've been lacking for a long time.
Let
Looking
me
to
first
protect
check
yourself or deal some damage?
if he has something with chaos damage or something with muffle. Either one would make me happy. But he has neither. I noticed a shadow mark by your door.
Well, well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
He's well.
Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone.
Nothing at all?
Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
The Thieves Guild has a problem out here?
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it.
What did you do?
A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up at my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
He stole something from you, right?
That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect.
Where's Esmond Tyne now?
Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there.
I'll get that formula back for you.
You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
So, recovering the bulb mode formula is actually easier than you might think. If you've been to the caverns already, discovered them at least, you can go right inside.
Oh wow, this is gorgeous.
And you really don't have to go very far to find Esmond Tyne and the bulb mode formula.
I'm glad you're here with me.
Really that simple. If you can sneak, they won't even know you were there. The Reeklings, I mean.
You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink, traveler. I don't know how to thank you.
Any luck tracking down Esmond?
He's dead, but I at least found the formula.
I told him not to head up there. Sounds like the bloody fool got what he deserved. Here, I want you to take this key. Head inside my house and unlock the door in the basement. Help yourself to whatever you like inside. I won't be using it anymore. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
So use your key both to his house and to the basement. I'll go ahead and unlock this East Empire Company strong box while I'm in here. And he also gave me a key for down here. There's gold and coin purses. Inside here is a blackguard set of armor. It is basically as good as the Guildmaster stuff. Soul gems, poisons, blackbriar mead, some additional stuff. Another strong box, just a regular strong box with gems in it. There's a leather to Glover. There's a thief cache right here. I'm actually going to take that because it's an extremely rare potion. I'll make sure to deal with the leather next time. I suppose if you're watching the archive on YouTube, you can check it. So I'm going to head back to Skyrim now. I am
does the business around here.
Done questing for the day, but I'm going to do a couple more things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Moldering Ruins. It's a place where I've been a couple times recently, but I have been able to claim it. I reinstalled the mod that should allow me to do so.
Who's there?
So the enemies are back. Over here. If I had been allowed to claim it before, the enemies would not be back. I remember how much trouble the guys here were giving me, so... Oh, didn't finish casting, my bad. Okay. So the enemies here are dead again. I need to take that. And now, it's still not letting me actually choose a faction.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins.
So, I don't know what the deal is exactly with that. I'm going to check, I don't know, Marzai Pond I think is on the other side. We'll try places on the other
This must
side.
be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
It's on the other side of the map.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
More vampires here.
Where'd you come from? That's all you got?
I remember seeing on the installer that this was one of the places I should be able to claim. But I don't even see a banner in here. I know that at one point the mod was working because I was able to claim the Bleak Falls Watchtower and the small place where the Ethereum Forge was. But for whatever reason, it's not giving me the option of factions anymore. So if anyone's familiar with the Lawbringer mod, please tell me what I did wrong.
So bright out here.
But otherwise,
I don't know how
I'll
you stand it.
check the forums of the Nexus mod page for it and see if there are any
Honor to you, my friend.
known issues currently.
Yes?
So,
If you
Serana,
think it'll help.
I will take the bones and such back from you.
Oh, alright. Goodbye then.
Honor to you, my friend.
And I'll see you in the future. For now, let's unload my stuff. I'm not quite done yet. I'm doing some inventory management in my home, but that doesn't always mean I'm done. Sometimes it just means I don't want my inventory to be quite as full as it currently is. I'm still way over. The Bloodskull Blade is a fairly heavy weapon. I got a couple extra armor sets. The Blackguard, the Dumber outfit and shoes, the Morai Tongue armor, and the new Dragon Priest mask. Okay, what stone do I currently have active? I have the Thief Stone active, which means alchemy.
Honor. I am.
We can see that my current alchemy skill is 85. I'm going to go to Golden Hills Plantation, harvest the ingredients, and collect the profits and see what we can do. See how close I can get to 100 with all of this. 8, 9, 10. And for more tap vanilla, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then for the creep cluster, 1, 2, 3, 4, Sorry, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that. In addition to harvesting what's actually sitting out there, I'm also going to harvest the juniper and canis root. Archery potions. Those let me make. Also come down here. Bunch more of each. And come over to the bunkhouse. I have like horses at most of my homes.
What do you need, my friend? Very good, sir.
82,838 gold. If you're at any point concerned about the amount of gold I was spending on all the houses and furnishings and whatever, I just made it all back and more. So the ethereal crown, bugged out. But I will sleep an hour to get the well-rested bonus. I will actually drop a save to see if I can make the ethereal crown work by putting it on right now. It added the warrior stone, which is not what I want. But I still have the thief stone, so that's fine. Okay, we're going to do more Tapinella, Skilly Folia, and Creep Cluster. I can do 70. Made it up to 92. I'm going to do these. I think 18 of them. Alright. Made a lot of potions. I'm pretty sure if I took enough of this stuff out, I could figure out most of it. Also, if I really wanted to, what I could do is I could get the 3 perks of Experimenter and then eat everything and see, you know, what they do. I'll think on it. Restoration reached 80. That's cool. I can actually do that. Just taking a moment to look at what I've got here and the level of some of my things. Okay. That was my main thought on potions. Oh, I was also going to make health potions. But I can't. I need with the ingredients at Lakeview Manor. the spots of wheat and the spots of blue mountain flower, which are both easy to find, but grab them here anyway. Just come to this alchemy lab and they restore 66 points of health now. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to the Guardian Stones and switch to the Mage Stone. And I'm going to show you how I power level alchemy. So ages and ages and ages ago, I did a bunch of smithing and I made so much jewelry. I leave 3 of each kind behind, but I take all the rest. I'm going to say that I made those. Let me start over. I leave 3 of each behind, and I take the rest. And then I take all of my petty and lesser soul gems. Sometimes I take the common as well. I'm just a little bit over carry weight. I can fix that. I'm going to put all these books in here. I'll figure out my duplicates another time. I already decided what I'm reading today. There. Okay. So I will sleep again to make sure that my rested bonus is good to go. And I will go to the nearest enchanting table, which when you're in Whiterun is the one in Dragon's Reach.
You're that one from the college.
Once I have my enchanting and alchemy at the proper levels, leveling up my magical skills is going to be a lot easier. So let's come in here and come over to the Arcane Enchanter. And I start with whatever is the cheapest I have, which is in this case the silver garnet rings, and I take these powerful soul gem, and it's based on what has the most value. So water breathing takes up to 375. Sneak takes up 273. Sneak is the most valuable. But because I don't have enough perks and levels in alchemy, when I'm using petty souls, water breathing is still more valuable. So I'm going to do that to level up until sneak is more valuable. Now that may not happen while I'm still using petty souls, but you can see my enchanting levels going up pretty quickly. At level 70, I'll check the price of a sneak enchantment. It's actually getting less valuable. Alright, at this point, water breathing is doing 354, sneak is doing 262, so it's still, for now at least, still water breathing. I'm almost out of the silver garnet rings. I really only use petty and lesser soul gems for leveling purposes. As far as putting enchantments on things, I only use greater or higher for that. Typically for refilling enchantments on weapons, I would use a common soul. Water breathing is just a good choice because it's just an effect. It has no magnitude. So the petties are doing the same thing as higher level gems would do on it. Muffle also has no magnitude on it, but I neither have it nor is it as valuable an effect as water breathing. Plus you can only put it on boots. Alright, we'll check again at 80 though. Alright, now water breathing is doing 354 on these. Sneak is still 272. The only reason I'm even doing it this way rather than just using higher quality gems and sneak is because I'm not going to use petty soul gems any other way. We're almost out of the silver garnet rings now. We're down to single digits. And it's taking extra rings now to get enchanting up because it's so close to 100. I'm actually going to stop at 90 and make sure that I have all of the... Well, I'll check right now. Do I have all the enchanting skill books already? Because if I don't, then I would want to make sure that I get them before I use all of my gems. I do have all the enchanting skill books. Let's see, the next one is, I believe, the silver ruby rings at 260. Yes. I have 38 of those. So almost the same number as the remaining petty gems. But even after that, I still have 80 lesser soul gems.
Smile on you, friend.
I was not expecting him to walk up next to me and start speaking. That kind of freaked me out. I shouldn't be hearing voices right next to me right now. Alright, idiot. If I wanted to do this faster, by leveraging my large amount of gold, I could have gotten up to level 90 that way. But now we're getting level 90 anyway. And there will be no one left who can train me in enchanting. To be honest, I don't know that I'll actually get up to 100, but I think I will. I can be fairly certain that moving into lesser soul gems, that fortify sneak will be more. 412 on water breathing, 433 on sneak. So yes, now I will transition to sneak. Next is 380 on the silver jeweled necklaces. This is the 485 gold jeweled necklace. $94. Now the 500 of the gold sapphire rings. 195, 550 on gold ruby necklaces, taking me up to 96. This will be 97. Next is gold emerald, 700. It's gonna be close. 98. Now we have gold sapphire necklaces. And now gold diamond rings. I've got 12 of them. Each one valued over 1,000 gold. 99. And so I have 3 left of each. Level 100 at enchanting. My enchanting is at max level.
Come to draft spells and incantations for those with the talent to guess them.
Now I just have I should switch to thief before doing this, but at least got the majority of them out of there.
Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
So the best part about reaching level 100 in enchanting is the perk you can get at the top of its skill tree, which is extra effect, which allows me to put 2 enchantments on a single piece of equipment. Also, the putting the perks into the strength of enchantments makes it so you can make each skill of magic, if you put it on with a strong enough soul gem, to get 25% reduction. Each one can be put on 4 different apparel pieces. So if you do that for a school of magic, it makes the cost of the spells in that school 0. And then you can utilize that too. Basically, I use it to level up my skills, but you can also use it as, if you're actually a mage, you can have your fun. You killed a chicken. I do not appreciate that, Mr. Giant. Quite rid of you. I only traveled here by accident. Now there's a dead chicken because of it. Rib chicken. Of course, what I did to that giant after he killed the chicken is what happens to players if they kill the riverwood chicken.
certainly. What did you... I'll see to it at once. All right, then.
There has to be a penalty for killing chickens. That giant learned the hard way. As did so many of us on our first playthroughs. I attacked the Riverwood chicken. Of course I did. I'm going to pop over to Riften, believe it or not. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to end the stream very shortly. Once I do some selling here and once I do some selling down here. I'll do selling in Riften next time. Since I want to go to Riften anyway. So she doesn't have very much gold, but I'll still sell one to her.
You take care of yourself now.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Even after I buy every ingredient that she has.
So you're an alchemist then?
Which I am in fact going to do. I'm going to do the weaker fortified archery potions. I'll get rid of one stack of potions. I actually have this one that's not too many. I'll get rid of those as well. I'll get rid of a few more. 40's too many to have. Get it all down to 20.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy. Pardon me, but do I detect a case of...
Let me know.
I don't think so. No one has said that I look sick.
That sort of thing.
So I think I'm okay. I'm going to say it. So all the stuff that says silver to him. Okay. Alright. I think I'm good now. That's what I sold to him. I'll also have him get each of these potions down to 15.
Do come back.
Alright.
Yes?
So, I'm going to put some things away. And then I'm going to read Jib's Opus and Children of the Allmaker. And I'll be ending the stream there. So if you watched live on YouTube or Twitch, whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you all the same. If you are checking out the archive on YouTube, thank you for doing so. I hope that however your day is going is progressing favorably for you. I will take my usual seat by the fire, and we will start with what I got earlier in the episode, St. Jib's Opus. The rise and fall of St. Jib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Dunmer, by Jib. I am a hunter, I am a redeemer, I am Jib. The tale of my rise to glory begins in the ash wastes of Morrowind. I rode alone, weapon at my side, and the burning wind stinging my face. My quest was arduous, but necessary to ensure the survival of the Dunmer people. A pestilence was creeping across the ashlands, a menace with an insatiable hunger that plagued innocent travelers simply trying to get home. It was my self-sworn task to hunt them down one by one and drive them from the skies. Their fury knew no bounds, and their war cry resonated across the land. They were the notorious cliff racers, and they had to be destroyed. On a particularly hot day during sunset, I was tracking what I called a lingerer, a cliff racer without a nest. He was a particularly feisty one, too, leading me on a merry chase across almost 3 miles of ash dunes. I had managed to take a piece out of one of his wings in an earlier scuffle, so he couldn't maintain much of a climb, but he still had quite a bit of stamina left, and he was trying to make me tired of the chase. Almost 2 solid hours passed, and my silt strider was tiring, but I couldn't give up. I had sworn to eliminate the foul beast to the last, and I wasn't about to let it go. If I was going to stop today, I'd have to do it fast. I pulled my longbow from my back and knocked my last arrow. I took a deep breath and pulled, trying to keep the cliff racer in my sights. It was literally a long shot with the beast gaining distance, and the silt strider bouncing me around at full gallop. Finally, with a silent prayer, I released the string. The arrow sang through the air like a howling demon as it sliced its way towards its target. Finally, just as it crested the lip of a foyada, the arrow struck it in the midsection. It let out a horrible cry and fell out of sight. My cries of triumph were quickly stifled by the sound of over 100 wings. Rising from Foyada was an entire colony of cliff racers, and they were out for blood. The blasted thing had led me right to their nest and sacrificed itself with the intent of feeding me to its brood. It was a trap. The damned things had become much too clever. Knowing this was likely the end, I jumped down from the silt strider and hit the back of its leg with the flat of my glass blade. There was no need for the innocent thing to die here today because of my stupidity. As the ash cloud cleared from being stirred up by its massive legs, the cliff racer brood approached. I held my sword high and prepared for the worst. The battle lasted 2 full days. I was beaten, clawed, bitten, and knocked down more times than I care to remember. In the end, 76 cliff racers were slaughtered. I was knee-deep in their corpses and my body on the verge of collapse. But I had survived. I smiled to the heavens, and all went black. When I awoke, all I felt was my back on the cold stone floor. Every muscle in my body was on fire, and my vision was blurred. Slowly, I tried to climb to my feet. It took several agonizing minutes, but I finally managed to do it. As my eyes adjusted to the dim light of my new surroundings, I realized that I was standing before Lord Vivek himself. He was simply staring at me, floating above his throne and staring at me with his piercing eyes. When I began to prostrate myself as a sign of respect, he held up one of his hands, as if to say it wasn't necessary. Was I dead? Was Lord Vivek pleased with me? Was he about to strike me down in anger for my somewhat sordid past? Suddenly I understood everything. Suddenly I realized that I was brought here for a reason. I should have died in those ash wastes. but Lord Vivek must have seen something inside me that he hadn't seen in millennia, and decided to spare me from my fate. Thus began my ascent to sainthood. Thus began the rise of Jib. And also, today, Children of the Allmaker by Thorsten of Solitude. If the title of this text rings familiar, then perhaps you, like me, have had the great pleasure to become acquainted with the most remarkable people, the Skald of Solstheim. Upon first meeting these gentle wild folk, I was immediately impressed with their great hospitality. They welcomed me into their homes, one and all, without the slightest hint of suspicion or uncertainty. Trust, it seems, come readily to the Skald. In appearance, the Skald are clearly of Nord ancestry. However, they are culturally distinct in several significant ways, the most notable of which is their faith. Having never adopted the pantheon of the Empire, the Skald recognize only a single deity whom they call the Allmaker. For the Skald, the Allmaker is the source of all life and creation. When the creature dies, its spirit returns to the Allmaker, who shapes it into something new and returns it to Mundus. The concept of death as an ending to life is unknown to the Skald. Rather, death is seen as simply the beginning of the next stage of an endless journey. This great respect for life is evident in one of the most important Skald beliefs, a concept the villagers call oneness with the land. The Skald try to live in harmony with their surroundings, making as small an impact on their environment as possible. When a Skald villager sets out to collect firewood, for example, he or she takes it from fallen, dead trees. When the Skald hunt, it is only out of necessity and not for sport. Because they hold all life in great reverence, the Skald people will resort to violence only as a last resort. This has understandably led to a rather austere lifestyle for these simple, good-natured folk. For the Skald, the word luxury is nearly an alien concept, though I was intrigued to note that one villager, Edla, has taken to trading basic goods with travelers who pass through the village in exchange for small luxury items. Such an enterprising outlook is something of a novelty for the Skald. Though it saddens me to conclude this account on such a somber note, it is impossible to deny the hard truth that the Skald people are dwindling. In a century or two, it is possible that their unique way of life will be lost to the world forever, reduced to little more than a footnote in the great epic of history. This comes as little surprise, given the immense hardships of a life lived in such an extreme environment. For the Skald, it is a daily struggle to survive the perpetual wintry climate of northern Solstheim, but other challenges have recently appeared. The ashfall from Vardenfell has taken its toll on the plants and animals upon which the Skald depend for their survival, and life is now a struggle for all who call Solstheim home. Therefore, I humbly beseech any students of history who might encounter this modest text to travel to Solstheim and learn all that can be learned of this noble people and their ancient customs. The Skald people might not be long for this world, but let us assure that their proud and noble legacy lasts well into the future.